realize it now. Okay, now. I was really focused on where I was going. I was.
In addition to my book on jokes, I'm also reading a book on anti-gravity.
Freddie Mechanic.
Hey, Shifty!
So, what about my car?
Hey, Captain Jen, you're back in the office.
I am, and you're back not in the office.
That's true.
All is well and right in the world again.
That is right. Well, Captain Jen, we had a great time with the get to know you last week, and we're looking forward to continuing that. But this week is a different week. It's a very important week in the church calendar, and we wanted to give it the respect it deserves. This is Holy Week. Yes. And so this week we are taking a break from our regular programming to spend some time as we move forward through Holy Week. Now, there are important dates in Holy Week that we want to remember. We want to remember this Friday, known as Good Friday. Why is it Good Friday? Because that's the day that Christ died on the cross. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
No.
But we know that ultimately it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he died. He had to sacrifice. And that leads us to Sunday, because he doesn't stay dead. He doesn't stay in the tomb. And he comes back. And so we're going to kind of break that down a little bit. We've got some of our friends helping us this week to break that down. And so we want to just say to everyone watching, Happy Easter, and that we know that we are in prayer for you. And as you watch the story of Easter, the story of Christ's sacrifice, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts about it, please reach out to Captain Jen or myself, and we would love to talk to you about it. We can be available right on our Facebook page, and you can just send us a message, and we would love to talk to you about any questions that you have. And we'd love to celebrate if there's any prayers that come out of this. And so Captain Jen, let's send it to our friends as we learn that it's more than a bunny bringing chocolate, isn't it?
It is.
All right. Well, we'll see you as we continue on with our story at Easter, and we'll see you back next week with some of our regular programming. Happy Easter, and God bless you all.
Happy Easter.
God's story, Easter. So part of God's story is about Easter, and it begins like this. You might know Easter as the Sunday a ginormous bunny hides chocolate inside plastic eggs. But Easter is really all about how much Jesus loves us and how God sent him to rescue us. Remember how the Jews, God's special family, were waiting for a king to come rescue them? Well, Jesus was the king, and this rescue was the whole reason he came to earth. God had already rescued the Jews once before, but this time it was going to include everyone. So one night, Jesus told his friends about the rescue. Exciting, right? But talking about this rescue was sad. That's because Jesus was going to rescue the world by dying. Kids, every mean or bad thing we do deserves punishment. By dying, Jesus took our punishment. Lots of things in life have good parts and bad parts. And just like candy bars are mostly good, as long as you brush your teeth after you eat one, this story is a really good one. Anyway, talking about the rescue made Jesus sad since he didn't really want to die. Thankfully, we can talk to God when we're sad, so Jesus took a few friends into a garden to pray. In the garden, a guy named Judas, who people thought was Jesus' friend, came with some people to help arrest Jesus. Peter, one of Jesus' true friends, was so mad he cut off a servant's ear with his sword. But Jesus didn't want his friends to hurt others, so Jesus healed the ear and let them arrest him. Then Jesus was taken to trial. One of the most powerful men in the city, Pontius Pilate, wanted to let Jesus go. But many of the people wanted Jesus to die. They didn't believe he was the Son of God or any kind of king. Even after all the miracles Jesus did, like healing sick people and making blind people see, they didn't believe in him. The people were so mad, they started yelling, "Kill him!" So Pontius Pilate let the soldiers take Jesus. The soldiers made fun of the idea that Jesus was a king. They put a crown of thorns on his head and nailed him to a cross. Many people watched, but not all of them wanted Jesus to die. His mother and close friends were there too. Just imagine how they must have felt. Once Jesus was up on the cross, the sun stopped shining for 3 whole hours in the middle of the day. But those soldiers kept right on making fun of him. They said, "If you're really God's son, why don't you just call on some angels to save you?" Jesus could have called on angels to save him, but he loved us so much that he wanted to rescue us. So instead, he prayed to God, "Father, I place my life into your hands." At that moment, Jesus died. And when he died, the soldiers who had just killed him realized he really was the Son of God. Later, Jesus was put into a tomb and a big rock blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends thought that was the end. But 3 days later, God sent an angel to roll the stone away. Don't worry, Jesus could get out on his own. The angel moved the rock so everybody else could see the tomb was empty. Jesus' friends were the first to stop by the tomb. The angel said, "He has risen," which is another way of saying Jesus is alive. Nobody could believe it. Jesus took our punishment and then proved he really is the Son of God by coming back to life. Now, if we choose to follow Jesus, God forgives us for all the wrong things we do because Jesus already took our punishment. And that's the story of Easter. But that's not all there is. Here's a quick version of what happened after the angel told the good news. Jesus' friends got scared. Jesus appeared to them. They saw his scars. It was really him. Now they could share the good news too. Jesus appeared to more than 500 people. He went back up to heaven, and the best part? He promised to come back someday for everybody who follows him. And all that is a part of God's story.
Welcome to Bible Trivia. This time we'll be asking questions about Easter. The first question for 1,000 points. What do we call the day that Jesus died? Is it A, Lent, B, Good Friday, C, Easter, or D, Palm Sunday? The answer is B. We call the day that Jesus died Good Friday. The next question for 2,000 points. What did the soldiers offer Jesus to drink while on the cross? Was it A, water, B, vinegar, C, fruit juice, or D, milk? The answer is B. The soldiers offered Jesus vinegar to drink while on the cross. The next question for 300 points. What do we call the week leading up to Easter? Is it A, Holy Week, B, Good Week, C, Easter Week, or D, Faith Week? The answer is A. We call the week leading up to Easter Holy Week. The next question for 5 truckloads of points. What color was the robe that the Romans placed upon Jesus? Was it A, purple, B, green, C, yellow, or D, brown? The answer is A. The robe that the Romans placed upon Jesus was purple. The next question for 1 million points. Who did Jesus first appear to when he was resurrected? Was it A, Elizabeth, B, Sarah, C, Ruth, or D, Mary Magdalene? The answer is D. When he was resurrected, Jesus first appeared to Mary Magdalene. The next question for 4,321 points. How many days after his death did Jesus rise again? Was it A, 5 days, B, 1 day, C, 3 days, or D, 2 days? The answer is C. Jesus rose again 3 days after his death. The next question for lots of points. Where was Jesus' body placed after he died? Was it A, in a tomb, B, in a graveyard, C, in a river, or D, in a castle? The answer is A. Jesus' body was placed in a tomb after he died. The next question for plenty of points. What is the name of the prisoner who was released instead of Jesus? Was it A, Zedekiah, B, Barabbas, C, Aristarchus, or D, Samson? The answer is B. The name of the prisoner who was released instead of Jesus was Barabbas. The next question for 2 points. What did the people wave as they welcomed Jesus into Jerusalem? Was it A, palm leaves, B, olive branches, C, their hands, or D, flowers? The answer is A. People waved palm leaves as they welcomed Jesus into Jerusalem. And now the last question for so many points. When Jesus entered Jerusalem during his triumphal entry, what was he riding on? Was it A, a horse, B, a camel, C, a donkey, or D, a chariot? The answer is C. Jesus entered Jerusalem during his triumphal entry riding on a donkey. Thanks for playing Bible Trivia. We hope you'll play again soon.
If